Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining me for the class. Today, we're going to be working with restoring our adrenal energy. I'll explain more about that as we go through the class. It's going to be a class that's based around Yin Yoga, so we're going to be holding poses for a little bit longer, about 3 to 5 minutes for each pose. And the good thing is it's all on our backs, so it's time to get comfortable. You'll need a wall and a mat or a towel or a blanket if you haven't got a mat. So we're just going to need the mat and the wall. So to get onto the mat, so your bottom's nice and close to the wall, this is a little nifty trick. So if you just come with your toes at the skirting board and have your knees an angle towards the mat, and then come down onto your left arm and just roll over, and then you'll find that your bottom can get quite close to the skirting board. So just get yourself in this position with your legs up the wall, and we'll come and find our first pose. So you might want to be wiggling a little bit through the spine, through the shoulders, making sure the scapulars are flat to the mat. And just let the back of your heels just touch the wall. So we're not forcing the legs long, we're just letting them sink with gravity at this point. Just let your arms come alongside you, or you can rest on your tummy, whichever you prefer. If they're along beside you, just make sure the palms are facing up. And there's a little bit of space between the fingertips to let go of anything you're holding on to. So through the practice, you can close your eyes if you feel comfortable. So we just start to focus on our breath. So breathing in and out through our nose during our practice. With our inhalation, just allowing the tummy to expand. And as you exhale, just draw the navel to the spine. Inhaling, allowing expansion. And exhale, navel to spine. And we can take the breath a little deeper by allowing the ribs to expand. And as we exhale, we draw the ribs closer together and navel to spine. So inhaling, tummy and ribs expand. Exhale, ribs, navel to spine. And then allow the air to fill all the way up to the collarbone. And then exhale, collarbones, rib, navel to spine. Keep focus on your breath. Keeping your focus with your breath. And to let the mind quieten. Let go of any thoughts in the day. Often at times when we're feeling stressed or worrying, our mind can be racing, it can be hard to sleep. It's time to let go of those worries, go of the stresses. Your legs up in the air against the wall. calming your nervous system. Just bring your mind back to your breath. The rise and fall of your torso with every breath. Times when we may be feeling stressed or anxious, it's hard to sit still. Sometimes that's what we need to enable our body to recharge our adrenal energy. Just allow your body to feel the earth beneath you and your feet to feel the support of the wall. And we'll bring our minds back to focus on our breath. Take one more deep inhalation here. Exhaling completely. On your next inhalation, just become aware of your feet and the heels touching the wall. And first of all, just move your right heel out to the right side. And then your left heel out to the left side. So you're lying still on your back with a V shape between your legs. You can let the legs go a little bit further if you want to. Nothing should hurt during our practice. You may feel a little bit of tightness that you can use your exhalation breath to remove. Don't take it right to your edge. If you've gone right to your edge, just try to come back to about an 80% marker. Just back off a little bit. Then use your exhalation breath to let go. Maybe feeling a little stretch through the inner thighs or in the hips. If you are and it's feeling too much, then just bring the feet closer together. Otherwise, just see if you can try and let go of anything you may have been holding on to. Let go of any sounds you can hear around you. Keep bringing yourself back to your breath. Take one more deep inhalation here. Exhale completely. With the next inhalation, just bring your right hand to your right outer thigh, your left hand to your left outer thigh. And then very gently start to bend the knees, letting the heels slide down the wall. And feeling the support of your hands to guide your knees back to the center of your chest so that the knees are now touching and the feet are touching. And your shins are parallel to your torso. And just put your arms around your shins and just give yourself a little hug and maybe rock from side to side. And then find the wall with your toes and let your legs go long up the wall so the heels are back connecting with the wall and the legs are as straight as you can. We're going to come into half happy baby pose now. So with the next exhalation, let your right knee come back down to find the chest. You can either take your right hand behind the back of the thigh, or if you want to, you can bring your elbow on the inside of the right knee and take hold of the outside of the right foot. And just let that knee come towards the armpits. It's coming off of the torso, just to the side of the ribs, to the inner thigh. So we're just going to stay in happy baby pose. So you can apply a little bit of gravity pulling down with the fingers touching to the outside of the leg or the outside of the foot, but nothing too intense. Just let everything be relaxed. And our intention in this practice is to let go of anything we're holding on to. So if we're finding that there's muscles that are tight and they're just gripping, just try and use your exhalation breath to those muscles to let them go. If any emotions rise or any thoughts, just use your breath to let them pass. Don't try and solutionize anything during the practice. And just feel any emotions and let them pass. Just reassure yourself with everything will be okay. Everything will be okay. I'm going to take one more breath cycle here. And then with the next inhalation, let go of the foot with your right hand. Bring your right hand to the outside of the thigh to support that leg back up to the ceiling against the wall. I'm going to do the other side. So this time removing the left hand, let the left knee find the left chest. Either bring the hand behind the thigh or take the elbow on the inside of the knee and bring the left hand on the outside of the left foot. Right leg stays long. Just draw that knee down towards the outside of the rib or towards the chest if you're holding the back of the leg. And we'll just start to relax into this pose, our half happy baby. Remembering to draw down with the left hand around the foot or the thigh, but nothing should be painful. And use your exhalation breath to let go of anything you've been holding on to. So any worries, any stress, any things that have been bothering you, that you've been overthinking, just try to let them go, not looking to resolve them, just looking to let them pass. You should never feel pins and needles during a class, so if you are, just back off of any pose. If this is uncomfortable, you can always come back to just having your legs up the wall once more. So let go of any sounds you can hear around you. Let go of any thoughts of things you need to do. This is your time to practice. This is your time to find your inner self, to find you beneath any worries or stress that you've been feeling. It's time to connect with your true self with each breath. And with the next exhalation, taking your left hand away, bring it to support the outside of the left leg. And then when you're ready, drawing that knee into the chest and then bringing it all the way up straight along the wall. Good. Now just slide the heels both down so the soles of the feet come to the mat and come to the wall. And let's just let those legs fall over to the right side. So depending on how you're feeling as to how much of a twist you'll be able to do here. So just be mindful that you want both shoulders to stay grounded. And just use the support of the wall to not let your legs fall too far so that the left shoulder lifts as we let the knees fall over to the right side. So just slide the feet along the wall. And with each exhalation breath, let them come a little bit further, but remembering both shoulders to stay connected to the mat. If you want to, you could place a block or a pillow underneath the legs, or you could just use your right hand to support them with your right arm. But try with each exhalation breath just to let the legs become heavier as they fall out to that right side. Twist is always nice to help us detoxify the liver and the kidneys. Our adrenal glands sit on top of our kidneys, and they're the ones that create the adrenaline and noradrenaline. So the adrenaline is the one that we overuse when we're feeling stressed and we're worrying. And noradrenaline is one that we may find hard to produce to enable us to relax if we are in a stress or anxiety. So by doing this work on our backs, we're just helping the adrenals to relax, which will enable them to recharge and help us in our daily lives. So we take one more breath cycle here. And then with our next inhalation, we're going to walk our feet back up to center. Be careful that you do that nice and slowly, so there's no stress on lower back. Take as long as you want, as many little steps up the wall until you're back to center. And then with our next exhalation breath, we're going to let the legs go over to the left side, keeping that right shoulder grounded, using the left arm to support if you need it. or a block or a pillow, keeping both shoulders grounded. Let go of any sounds around you, any emotions that may be rising, and just exhale, focusing on your inhalation and your exhalation. Do one more deep inhalation here. Exhale completely. And then as you inhale, just start to draw the legs back using that left hand to support you. And just come back and have the knees bent nicely into the chest. Just wrap the arms around the shins and just rock once more from side to side. Just a little movement, it doesn't have to be big. Just a nice gentle movement. And then let your toes find the wall once more. And take the legs up, not so the heels are at your bottom or the heels are at the wall, but just so the soles of the feet are still connecting with the wall. And there's enough space to create a nice diamond if you take the soles of the feet together. So taking the soles of the feet together, allow the outside of both feet to touch the wall. And then you create a nice diamond in between your legs. And we're just going to stay in this version of Baddha Konasana. You can either get your hands on your tummy, or one on your heart center and one on your tummy, or your arms alongside you with the palms up, space between the fingertips, letting go of anything you could be holding on to. So just find the position that suits you and return to your breath. Deep inhalations and complete exhalations. If any thoughts are coming into your mind, just let them go. Try not to find a resolve. Not important right now. It's important that you connect with your true self. Ask yourself, who am I? Who am I? See if you can find one word that resonates with who you truly are. Creative, kind, happy, peaceful. Whatever that word is, just use that word as you inhale to bring light into your body. And as you exhale, just let it go. If you're feeling any discomfort in this pose, just bring your knees together and let them fall to your chest. Otherwise, we'll hold it just for a few more breath cycles. Now with our next inhalation, we'll bring our hands to the thighs, right hand, right thigh, left hand, left thigh to give a little bit of support. Just let those legs join towards, knees join towards the center so they're touching, and let the heels come down. So you can wrap your arms around the shins and just rock from side to side. And then from here, just straighten out your left leg so the heel is touching the wall once more. And let the right leg cross over the left leg. So the right knee comes out a little bit and the right ankle is just past the thigh above the knee on the left leg. This is a version of pigeon pose. So from here, as we exhale, we can let the left heel start to connect with the wall, and maybe the toes or the base of the toes may connect with the wall or the sole of the foot, depending how open you are in that right hip. So just be mindful. You can either stay just in this pose with the heel on the wall, or you can start to draw it down so the whole sole of the foot comes to connect with the wall, which will make it a little bit more tighter in that right hip. Taking a deep inhalation. Exhale completely. And stay with your breath. Again, remembering that nothing should hurt. Should be no pins and needle sensations. So if you're feeling that, then just come back to the left leg being straight up the wall. You keep breathing. Just stay with your breath. Remember on our 3-part yogic breath, so deep inhalations all the way up to the collarbone. And exhale, collarbones, ribs, navel to spine. Take one more deep inhalation here. And then as you exhale, release out that right leg and let it come up along the wall. The right heel is touching the wall. From there, as you inhale, bending the left leg, letting the foot cross the right leg just above the knee so that the ankle comes past the thigh. Let the left knee turn out a little bit towards the side, and either staying here or you can start to slide that right foot down so it connects with the wall. Maybe comparing one side to the other. It's perfectly natural to have one side that is tighter than the other. Breathing. Exhaling to let go. You need to have your hands out like a cactus or rugby pose. Or have them on your tummy or just down beside you, palms facing up. Turning to your breath, where you feel safe, your own natural rhythmic breath, always there to calm your mind and your body. Finding your breath. As your mind wanders, come back to your breath. And we'll hold this for one more breath cycle. Deep inhalation and a complete exhalation. And then when you're ready, just bring that left leg up nice and straight along the wall. Then just let those two legs just drop down towards you, your chest. Wrap your arms around the shins. And you can lift your head up, bringing it in between the knees. Bring that stretch all through the back. And then let your head come back to find the mat. We're going to wiggle ourselves all the way up the mat. Moving nice and slowly and mindfully until you can lie outstretched, not touching the wall anymore, in your final pose of Savasana. So just move through the hips. Just let the shoulders sink deep into the mat. If there's any pull in lower back, please place something under your knees, like a rolled up cushion or towel. Once you've found a comfortable position, let your feet turn naturally. Your palms be alongside your body, facing up. And just keep your breath flowing. Nice deep inhalation and complete exhalation. You can stay in our final pose. Just focusing on your breath. And we'll inhale to the count of 5 and exhale to the count of 6. So whenever you're ready, inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Keep counting mentally. Inhale to 5, exhale to 6. If you find the inhale to 5 is too short, then increase the number. But always exhaling longer than you inhale. And then let go of the numbers, keeping your breath flowing at your natural pace. And then just bring your mind back to your physical body, moving your fingers and your toes. Take a bend in the right leg, placing the foot on the floor, and then the left leg. And then rolling whenever you're ready over to the right side. Just take a moment here, giving gratitude for coming to the mat, recharging your adrenal energy, and finding the person beneath the worry and stress. It's good to reconnect. Take one more deep inhalation. Enjoy the feeling you're creating. And exhale to let go. Whenever you're ready, draw yourself up to a cross-legged seated position. Bring your hands together at your heart center. Take a deep inhalation, lifting heart center. And then exhale, bowing your head. I say namaste. Thank you so much for coming and practicing with me. Namaste.